Matt, I kind of love her too for this reason. I find her, just like you pointed out, she's so incapable. One of the least capable politicians I've seen since Hillary Clinton. Yet this woman has been AG of California. That's not a small thing. Senator from California. That's a gigantic thing. And Vice President of the United States of America. What does it say about the country as a whole that you can be that and rise so high?
Well, clearly it proves that there's systemic prejudice against, both people of color and women. That's somehow a woman who's a person of color can manage to rise through the ranks despite, it's not just that she's had all these positions. We have to remember she has failed in all of them, and then she runs for president and she gets like 1% of the vote. So she has failed, been incompetent every step of the way, and managed somehow to just keep climbing the ladder. I guess it speaks to a lot of things. It's kind of the affirmative action culture that we have that allows that to happen, I guess.
I guess. Here's Kamala Harris, by the way, blaming Republicans for not getting anything passed.
Senate Republicans have exploited arcane rules to block these bills. And let us be clear, the Constitution of the United States gives the Congress the power to pass legislation. And nowhere does the Constitution give a minority the right to unilaterally block legislation.
Matt, I actually do believe that's part of the Constitution, if memory serves me.
Well, it's literally in there. But this is why, we were told by Republicans when they were in control that, we can't get rid of the filibuster because if we do that, then when Democrats are in control, they're going to want to do it. And, it turns out that even if you don't do it, the Democrats are still going to want to do it. Because when they have power, they're going to try to exploit it to its fullest extent, which is a lesson that I wish Republicans would maybe finally learn about these people. That it's just, for them, it's just about power. And when they have it, they're going to use it. And there's no overarching principle. It doesn't matter if what they're saying contradicts what they said a second before. It makes no difference at all. It's just about using power. That's all it is.
Matt, how did Joe Biden and the Democrats get so, backed into a corner that they picked this woman? It's just such a bizarre pick. It's not like it wasn't news that Kamala Harris is dreadful. Everyone knew this before she was vice president, yet they picked her. That's one of the dumber political moves I've seen in quite some time.
Well, I think part of it is that Joe Biden obviously is a sea sponge at this point. He's just not cognizant. And he was cognizant enough to be convinced that we have to play the identity politics game, and that's why, as I said, it's affirmative action. That's the only reason they gave her the nod is for that reason. But it turns out that you need someone who is not repulsive on every level. I mean, someone who's viscerally repulsive, it's just not going to work in politics. Which is why, like I said, I for her to run in 2024. I think we can assume it's not going to be Biden in 2024. So I think that's the best possible scenario for the country in a lot of ways, is if they actually try to put her up, because she is just roundly despised.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.